I just spent 10 minutes taking a thumbnail, so let's just get this video started. I'm not going to go into any synopsises or whatever. I'm just going to talk about like the 5 billion books that you're going to see in the thumbnail that I'm going to try and read. I'm out of breath. During the reading rush and the biannual Bibliothon, I'm not going to go over any of the reading challenges because there's just way too many to go through, but I have a book for every single reading challenge for both the reading rush and the final biannual Bibliothon. I have been meaning to film this video for like 500 years, so we're just gonna get started. And to preface this, I am cheating on a little bit on some of these challenges because a couple of these books I have already started, and I don't want to stop reading them just for the sake of the readathons. So the first book is going to be Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I am already 64 pages into this book. Will I finish this? I don't know, but I already started it, so I'm just gonna read it anyway. You all know what Harry Potter is about. I'm not going to get into any of that. So let's just move on to the next book. Actually, hold on. This video is a mess already. We're going to pretend that my last video was many months ago. The first stack of books that I'm going to go through is my books that I'm reading for the biannual Bibliothon. So this book right here, I will be reading for the biannual Bibliothon. The next book, which is why this video is taking me so long to film, is going to be Raven, the graphic novel by Cami Garcia and illustrated by Gabriel Picillo, whatever. I was waiting for this book to come in the mail, which is why my reading TBR is so late. What am I saying? Words are hard. But I'm so excited to read this because I absolutely love Raven from the Teen Titans, and I am so excited to read this. The art style looks incredibly beautiful, so I'm so excited to read this. The next book on my TBR for the biannual Bibliothon is going to be Death Note, the Black Edition, which has volumes 1 and 2. I'm going to be rereading this because I finally have all of the books in the Death Note series, and so I don't remember what happened in the first 2 volumes, so I'm going to reread this so I remember. The next book is going to be The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. This I do remember as being one of the challenges, which is to read a host's favorite book, and this is like one of the only books that I own, so I kind of had no choice. But I've been meaning to read this like a really long time. Like, I've had this book for years, probably since I joined BookTube, and so I'm going to finally read this. Oh, I could watch the movie. Oh wait, I've already watched the movie. I forgot I watched it. What happened in that movie? I don't remember. The next book, which is the group book, and that is going to be Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Same thing goes for this book. I was waiting for it to come in the mail. It came in with my Teen Titans Raven book, which is why I couldn't film this video until this moment. But I'm really excited to read this. I did read Lumine like a couple years ago, and I really liked it. So I'm really excited to read this because it's kind of told slightly in the same format. Like, it's mostly story forms, but it does have case files like the Illuminate series did. So I'm super excited about that. Ooh, I'm out of breath. Okay, so this next book is also a book that I have already started, and that is King of Fools by Amanda Foody. I am a little over 100 pages into this. I'm on page 110. I'm going to also be reading this during the biannual Bibliothon, and I'll probably be reading it today and tomorrow. This book is like almost 600 pages, so like, give me a break. Like, Deathly Hallows is a really long book, so I don't feel too bad for cheating. Okay, just like, let me live. This video is such a mess, but it's fine. Next book I'm going to be reading is, I don't know why I'm holding it like that. Next book I'm going to be reading is The Bank Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, and Maureen Johnson. I had started this book and then I set it down, so I'm going to restart it. I don't know if I'm going to read all the stories in here. Like, looking at my TBR, it's probably not going to happen, but that's wishful thinking. Like, in a realistic world, I probably won't, but in like my dream, I finish all these books. So I really want to read The Bank Chronicles because I've read all of the Mortal Instruments this year, and I've read all of TID this year so far. So now I just have the novellas and the Infernal Devices. Or no, that is TID. The Dark Artifices. I get them confused. It's fine. But I want to read this because I'm trying to read all Cassandra Clare's books, and I've made some progress. So I don't know where I was going with that. Let's move on. This stack of books next to me is probably gonna fall, but I'm just gonna hope it doesn't. This video is a mess. Okay, so next book I have is Sorcery of Thorns, which I just got recently, and I've been hearing some really great things about this. I've only seen like maybe a couple of people not like it, but I've been really into books sort of like this. I think it's just because I don't think it has Fae in it, but I've been reading a lot of Holly Black's books, and for some reason it gives me Holly Black vibes, so I really want to read it, and I've heard a lot of great things about it, except for like the 2 people, but whatever, I don't care. I kind of forgot what it's about, as I usually do, because I'm a bad booktuber, and I can't remember any synopsises to save my life, so this book. And finally, which is also one of the books that like was one of the host books, but I had already chosen it for one of the other challenges, but that is going to be J.C. Jones and the Six, which I had already started this, but I'm actually going to restart reading it because I started reading it and then I sat down to read something else and then I forgot what I read, so yeah. And I've had this on my currently reading for Goodreads for like months now, and I just want to finish it so I can get off my currently reading list. Plus, I want to know why everyone loves it, so yeah. So that was my biannual Bibliothon TBR. So now we can move on to my Reading Rush TBR. Okay. So the first book on my Reading Rush TBR is going to be If I Stay by Gail Foreman. I know I'm going to use this for the challenge of watching not watching a book, reading a book and watching its movie adaptation, because I'm pretty sure I have that movie here at my apartment. If not, it might be at my mom's, but I'm pretty sure I have it. Actually, let me go look because I don't know for sure if I actually have this book. I mean movie, I don't know what I'm saying. Oh my god. Okay, I indeed have the movie adaptation, so I can watch it and read it not this week. When does the Reading Rush start? I think it starts on the 22nd, which is like a couple days after the biannual Bibliothon. And if I'm wrong, oh well, I tried. This video has so much chaotic energy. I'm fine. Truly, I'm fine. The next book I have is going to be Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. I remember like a while ago, like 2016, maybe 2017. I don't know what year it is anymore or what year it was. But I remember Emma read like all of these books one summer, and I really want to read them because she loved them so much, and I like pretty much like all of the books that she reads because I have pretty similar reading tastes. But I really want to read this, which I guess this could also count for watch a movie adaptation and read the book or whatever, but I don't have this movie and I don't know how to find it, so yeah. Next, which would be a reread for me, would be Alienated by Melissa Landers. It wanted me to read a book with a non-human main character, which the main character of this book is human, but her love interest is an alien. So does that count? I don't know. We're gonna pretend it counts. Plus I want to reread this because this was like the first series I ever read when I joined BookTube, so. The other book I was going to read would be The Wrath on the Dawn by Renee Attier, which I think one of the challenges was to read like an author's first book, which upon inspection on Goodreads, according to all the books she's written, this is her first one. So I believe this is her debut novel that she had originally first written. If I'm wrong, there's a good chance I am. The next one is going to be A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I have been trying to read all of her books, and I, for some reason, have just like stopped, even though I was making fantastic progress. So this is the next book. Will I finish this with this small text? Probably not. But can I dream? Yes. It's fine. The next book, which would also be a reread for me, would be Shatter Me by Tyra Mafi. I really want to get back into this series. And fun story, when I first read this book, I was living down in Florida and I read it during a hurricane. And I remember I read it in like a day because I had nothing else to do, because like obviously like hurricane, you can't go outside, you can't do anything, you just have to stay inside. So I read this during a hurricane, which was like, was it 2017 or 2018 when I lived in Florida for about a month. That was my memory attached to this book, which is so ridiculous. But I really want to reread this series, or I need to reread the first two so I can finish it, because I need to, and plus I remember just like loving this book. So it's like OG dystopian, and I'm kind of feeling dystopian. Okay, and then finally I have Death Notes volumes 3 and 4. I did grab the first one, right, for the last one? Yeah, I think so. But this would be volumes 3 and 4. I know for a fact that I will finish the first 2 volumes because it's a manga, so like obviously like mangas don't take that long, but that's backwards, so I will read that. So this was my chaotic energy buying. Before I was rudely interrupted with my camera turning off during my outro, this was my biannual Bibliothon and reading rush TBR. Let me know down below if you guys are also participating, and if you made really poor choices and put way too many books in your TBR when you work over 40 hours a week like I do. I don't know how I'm gonna read all these books. It's probably not gonna happen, but like, I can try. So that is it for this video. Sorry it's been so long since I last filmed, but I'm gonna try to vlog during the biannual Bibliothon and during the reading rush. It probably won't happen because I'm an inconsistent piece of garbage. Like, I relate to Forky on a very deep level when I say that I'm trash. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you hopefully again soon, maybe in another 6 months. I don't know. Goodbye!